Hey Ruben, what's up? Are you free to get into a call if you wanted? Sweet. I'll just drop into the Discord one.
Hey man.
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
How's your entry going? How's the painting of the big monsters going?
good. You're muted in the disc, but you're I heard you in a weird delay. There we go.
Yeah, you just heard me with the delay through the stream.
I heard you through the stream.
Brilliant.
It was really yeah, the entry's going good, man. It's there's a lot of elements now in the scene, so I'm trying to just balance them all and trying to find like a harmony, and it's really difficult.
Right, yeah.
It's like there's the foreground, and then there's the city at the bottom, and then there's the kind of centerpiece with the box and the two statues, and then there's these kind of two like beasts coming out of the rocks, and it's like there's light coming through and there's waterfalls, and it's like, okay, I think I've got to try not to suffocate the piece now, like the space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ugh.
Just keep it as like low try and make them things that you can read from like silhouette alone, and then like keep them low contrast. As low contrast.
I was doing what you were saying, where it's like, okay, like work it as if it's like a hero object, and then like push it back.
Yeah, push it back way back. Yeah. Because you find that like that's how you get that like really nice sort of carefully constructed contrast look.
Yes.
Also, Alex is here. Hey, Alex.
Hey, man.
Yeah, and it looks really satisfying when you have like this very carefully rendered stuff that's just squished into this very tight, tight range.
Yeah, I don't know about you, because I feel like, obviously, with your kind of just everyday job as well, luckily right now at Mercedes, I can just kind of, a lot of the time, scribble out ideas, and they're kind of happy with it. But
yeah.
do you get sick of like the mechanical process of just cleaning things up and like making things really tight?
I'm gonna have to go with no. I think. I mean, looking at my work thus far, the answer is probably a fairly obvious no. I think, or at least it'll be hard to defend anything other than that.
Yeah.
It seems to be the thing I do the most, like actually spend most time on. I don't know, it sort of, for me, it feels like that's where I'm being able to realize the actual, like the true look of the character that I wanted. That's where I'm able to go, this is what I meant all along.
Interesting.
I think I just find it very, like, the most satisfying sort of section of work, because it's where things eventually come together.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes it can be like hard to start. I feel like starting it is the more difficult thing. So like actually this stage right now, where I'm just about getting into rendering, and you're still having to think a lot about where you're putting things. That's more tiring, just because it's like it requires a lot of brain power.
Yeah,
It's requiring a lot of thinking, more so than it's just that I've done too much of it and I'm getting tired of it. It's like very
I
much
agree.
because it's difficult.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just it's exciting, like putting things together and coming up with the ideas, and yeah, sometimes it just becomes a drag for me, like the mechanical process of just like, especially when it comes to like photo bashing, like because you'll just spend hours having to find like just the perfect ref, which is high quality, which is the right lighting, or something you can like hopefully relight at the right angle, and
I think that can feel more draining, yeah, because it's like it does feel more like it's a set process. You know what you want, you know what the result's already going to be. It's just like I just
pushing it, like pushing through the pain,
image, or just like spend a while changing the perspective properly, and that kind of thing. Yeah, that makes sense.
Man,
you have a lot of work to do for this.
I've lost my stylus somehow, and I just don't know how, because it was in my hands like 10 seconds ago, and now I actually don't even know. I wish, dude. My ears aren't big enough to store things behind. I'm really jealous of people that can do that.
That's all I want. I just want.
That's all I want in life, just to be able to do that.
Yeah, but the images you posted up look really nice, Alex. I like them a lot. The big creature's great. Big tubby little legs. I love him. Hey, Zana. Welcome.
I'll be right back a sec. I'm actually gonna have to go for a little manhunt here. I don't know how this is. Alright, give me a sec.
No worries. Alright. Arm muscles. Hey, Mario. I got this completely wrong. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention at all. Okay, that's got to go in there. And then this is like a very soft bend in the shadow. Kind of like that. That's a bit better. The Malado Show. Thank you. And hey for Poo Poo. I am doing well, thank you.
Found it.
Sick. Where was it?
It was under a blanket. Just don't know how
with your
that
Wacom
happened.
pen again.
Yeah, gosh, dude. It's just like subconscious.
Lockdown's getting to you, and you're just cuddling with your Wacom in bed, just like, it's okay. It's gonna be alright.
It's like when you play guitar, right? And like picks just disappear like into a void.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, just how do they escape? Like you'll just play in like one room, and even then they will just never be seen again. And like you just lose hundreds.
How did they go? Yeah. I just find that like whenever I don't know where my Wacom stylus is, I've basically realized that it is going to be in my pocket.
Right.
Because there are times where I get up from my desk and I'm like, I'll just keep it on me, you know? That's going to be a more efficient way of getting back into drawing when I sit back down again. I won't put it in its little holder. Because normally I'm very good at just putting it in its little stand. I think Wacom was really onto something by making a stand that felt good to use. Now I'm just like, I like putting the thing away. It's cute, it's nice. But sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just put it in my back pocket. So I sit back down and I'm like, where is it? Where'd it go? What happened?
Yeah.
That makes me feel real stupid.
Yeah, actually at work I have 2 Wacom pens on the desk.
In case one goes missing.
Yeah, like I mean it was a joke at first because they were like, when I first came in they said, do you want an Intuos or a Cintiq? And I went onto someone's desk who's like just away for like a year, just traveling the world, and like this dude had a pen, and then we set up my tablet and there was another pen, and then like one of the guys at one point even like chucked another one at me, and I was just like, you know, akimbo with
Yeah, exactly. Now you can draw two at once.
But it's so funny because like a month will go by and I'll use one pen and then like the other one will just be gone, and then I'll lose that other one and somehow find the other one, and it's like and
you're like,
it's a weird.
I guess it all works out.
Yeah, chaos. Order from chaos, whatever the heck the term is.
You're not sleeping with your stylus, eh?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just leave it on your desk. Yeah, I mean, think about its feelings. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Styluses have feelings too.
Just grind it on a piece of plastic all day and then expect it to just sit on its own on your desk.
Yeah. It's not good. I'm very neglectful.
Yeah, have a heart. Come on, man.
Yeah. Stylus abuse will not be tolerated.
Oh, great. Okay, shadow on this arm. Let's put that core shadow.
I think the character you're working on is probably my favorite.
Oh, so I don't know if you were around for, I think it was the last stream I did, but we got one person saying each character was their favorite. So all of them are accounted for because it's like ideal as far as I'm concerned that everyone has.
That's great. Yeah, that's great.
And I was worried that I think it was actually Mischievous and Leader that were the last to be represented in terms of people's favorites. And I was starting to feel that way, I think, for various reasons. Just that, like, I think they might have been the weaker ones. Well, that's the thing, it's not necessarily weak in design, but just less appealing. And that's not necessarily a problem, but I want to have all of them appealing and, like, sort of make sense as a design.
Yeah, man.
So I was very pleased to hear that everyone covered the entire lineup.
Yeah, that's cool. I had a really hard time picking between sketches. Oh man, it's so difficult. It's just like A B A B A B, and then like, and then when you said it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go B, and then like the next day I was like, no, I'm gonna go A. It's like I couldn't make my mind up, and so tough, man.
My sympathies.
Yeah, I love the I really love the hat.
It's a cool hat. I just love that his hair goes all the way through and comes out the end.
Yeah, it's just it's awesome. Like just the design of the hat alone is so cool. Like just the shape of it and the bear trap. It's like and the pose. I really like the pose of this character too.
I think it's the strongest pose. Wild, I think, actually took the spot as the strongest pose, but this was certainly my favorite for a long time because of the pose. Yeah. Is that in the wrong place? I think it's in the wrong place. That's what I need to put in that little lump.
How's your blender going, by the way?
Oh, so I'm going to do the next box. This box I am going to 3D model, but I'm going to do it in in Gravity Sketch again.
You've learned from your mistakes.
Just because I know that that's going to be faster. And then when I get into 3D, it's just a matter of rendering. I'm not trying to then model or like refine the model.
Yeah.
I think that was the problem. Like starting it in 3D meant that I could continually edit it in 3D. And so if there's anything I was slightly dissatisfied with, I would try and change it, but then also not necessarily know how to. Well, that's the problem with Spiral. And a lot of time would be used up.
Yeah, I've started on my Blender journey.
How are you finding
it? Okay, so I know it's the future, so like I'm forcing myself to do it because I've kind of begrudgingly resisted Blender for like 2 years now.
And you've been in 3ds Max, was it?
No, I started off with Modo, and then I completely dropped Modo and just used 3D Coat and Octane. And I would just build all the assets in 3D Coat because I just loved how sculptural and straightforward it was, and I would assemble them all in Octane.
Right. Okay.
And Octane's like just such a node. It's just tons of nodes, like, and I love Octane. I still prefer it to like using cycles and Eevee. But
yeah, makes sense.
Blender has, yeah, like the thing is that like you can have a rendered view in Blender and then have another window where you're remodeling things, and you can have like quick like Eevee kind of like renders for like sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
And you have that UV modeling method, the Ian Hubert method, which several people are using now. Like I bought some Gumroads from different people, and like
they were just ripping him off.
Yeah, it's just a new method which is happening. Like one of them is like to get some kind of make like a flat kind of satellite texture from like Google Earth, and then like put it into Photoshop and kind of like beef it up the shapes like top down, and then you extrude the shapes.
Right,
and
so
then
you get like a dark or light map.
Yeah.
And then
no, it's like an actual just photographic satellite map. And you get the roof textures, for instance, and you actually just extrude them out, and you can kind of make these kind of little like sets of buildings with them.
Yeah, I see.
Similarly, you could take a front-facing object or a shop or a building, and you could kind of extrude that from the UVs, and like that's just an asset you have now, and it's kind of pretty crazy. It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, because do that for a while, and you have enough stuff to really build a proper scene, and it's already got like a lot of micro detail and stuff in it, so it's going to be convincing, sort of, no matter where you put it.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to do some of that. I really want to do some of that.
It's actually very fun.
It's free, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'd use it for, though. That's the thing I need to
I know. This is also my concern. It's just like I try to think of a context, and like I'm having a hard time coming up with a context in my head. And I don't know. I guess you've just got to like get used to it and like really learn it, and then you'll start to figure out what it's good for.
That's the other thing. It's like really, it's better to just make something that's like generic. Just make a city. Like see if you can do that to learn the tool, and then you can go straight into like trying to make something cool with it.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah, and Speedflow and Box Cutter are just like two really cool add-ons to speed up modeling in Blender.
I haven't yet used Box Cutter. I'm meaning to, but
Box Cutter and Hard Ops. You can get them as a bundle, and they basically they're just really like amazing tools.
Yeah, no, I intend to. I just haven't needed them yet, basically.
I know,
maybe it would have made my box sculpting the other day a little easier, but it would have still been me trying to learn.
yeah, you've got to learn all of the shortcuts as well, and like new interfaces with the add-ons, and it's just like you have to then get comfortable with it. It just takes time, man.
Yeah. I think that's the nicest thing about the VR stuff is that you can basically start creating anything. It doesn't take any like real learning period. Everything's so intuitive, so you can just get like right in to making things.
So cool.
So that's what I really like. All the VR stuff basically.
Oh man.
But of course, it's then limited in like how usable it is for modeling later on.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Luckily, I'm not one to want to make something sort of clean in 3D. As long as it gives a decent render, that's all I want.
Yeah.
Also, I know mine will only have one or two favorites across the board, but that's okay. I'm really curious, actually. Do ask people, because I want to know whether it's just something that kind of will happen naturally when there's any choice, or if there's like, I don't know. I want to see. I'll be sure to tell you which my favorite is you've done. Got them all lined up. You've done 2 of the 6 so far, I think.
2 of the 6?
Sanguine's characters.
Oh, I see. Oh, right, because you guys have to produce a sheet of 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the character brief.
Yeah, it's so the reason I call them like Mischievous, Brave, blah blah blah, it's because the brief is just to design character for each of those personalities that fits inside the general theme of Mystery Box. So pretty open.
That's yeah. I mean, the environment one, there was essentially no brief. Everyone was waiting for the briefs to be announced.
Yeah, and then it's like make 2.
Yeah, it should make 2 environments.
Okay, cool, sure. That's all the brief was. It just clarifies how many. That's it.
Yeah.
Go do it. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's almost that with the characters. It's just now you've got some personalities to assign to them.
Yeah, the keyframes ones seem like, well, just from the perspective of how much work people have to do, I just think the keyframes are it's a lot to take on.
I think they're tough because you're just trying to do everything at once. Like ideally, your keyframe has some sort of unique character in it, and a unique environment in it. And of course, it doesn't need that though. Like I know some of the previous examples of winners and things, they've gone for stuff which isn't crazy out there or anything, but what it does do is like use whatever set it's put in to really like help bolster their story.
Yeah.
Or just make it like a very compelling single image in terms of the scene, like what's happening within it. So certainly not necessary, I don't think, but I think most people would want to try and do something new. Like they'd want to make interesting environments for their story to take place in. And then suddenly they have a lot of work to do. It might also just be because like I don't know how clear the brief is in terms of like emphasizing that oftentimes a simpler scene of stuff is actually going to be far more effective than something that's overly detailed. Because that's what the environments are for. That's for like filling up a scene with all the stuff that you could ever want. Because if a keyframe was to be made from that environment, you'd only see a slice of it at any one time.
Yeah.
But the environment, the point of that is to show everything that then could be made into.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think a misconception a lot of people have is that like they have to, when they're doing environment design, they have to come up with like try and be unique in the way of like camera angles and kind of compositions, but a lot of the time you're trying to communicate information of the environment, so you actually need it to be very clear and mostly usually like just a head-on establishing kind of shot, you know?
Yeah, you don't want to hide stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's completely defeats the point of
Mhm.
of properly concepting out like a full environment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm curious actually. I'm going to go through and read the exact briefs at some point and just get a sense of what they really imply with how they're written.
I just realized something.
Oh, technical weapons, if you count first rendition of the leader. Awesome. That is good. How do you plan to color them? Are you going to do like a cel-shaded character lineup, or you're going to try and paint them or something? And your favorite's the Contortionist. I think I like the Contortionist the most at the moment. It definitely seems to stand out in terms of its design. Iconic. Coming up with stuff that you can describe as iconic is hard. Something that's familiar yet new.
It's tough, man.
Interesting and new yet familiar enough to be immediately resonant.
Yeah.
Tall order. Spending a lot of time getting these arms just right, but I think they deserve it.
Deserves the arm time, bro.
Yeah. I think there's. So go for it.
I'm just saying that I'm going through 155 layers right now, trying to find the one with the paint stroke that's standing out and seen. It's really stressing me out.
Kieran, hello. And you're gonna paint them? Oh, excellent. I'm glad to hear, because I want to see him painted. See him in their full glory.
By the way, have you seen the Last of Us 2 concept art dropping on ArtStation today?
I've seen bits of it.
Yeah, man. Go on the trending page and it's just like entirely Last of Us 2 drops and it's all tasty.
I think I saw, because it was just in my notifications, Florent LeBron's stuff.
Yeah, gotta love Florent.
He's great, but to be honest, I didn't. I mean, they look fine. They look like they do the job well. His actual Last of Us ones, I don't think were crazy special, but I haven't seen any of the rest, so I shall. I think the only other one I saw was the 1 pixel brush stuff, and that was pretty good.
Yeah, there's so much of it.
Oh, that's the thing. I saw their 2 like teaser ones. I haven't seen their big drop yet.
Oh, okay. They did their first drop today.
That's the thing. They were talking about like, oh, it's coming soon. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Dude, actually, so Shadi released a video of him and Florent going through a piece.
Oh yeah.
This was
That's
like
cool.
a week ago, and like I watched it, and then a few hours later, I went down. And he was like, "Oops, I jumped the gun. Was definitely not allowed to show that. Had to
That's
take it
brilliant.
down quick." But
Oh,
I
that's really
saw it.
funny.
I saw it with my eyes.
You saw it. You know it's real. I didn't fake it, I swear. Are they gonna release it again?
I can only presume that they can release it soon. You know.
Cool.
I think they said it was the most. Oh, actually, no. I'm not going to even try and make up this quote because I can't trust my memory. But there's over like 800 scenes of concept art that have been done,
Right.
and I just remember somewhere being like it's the most concept art done on the game or something. But that could just totally be wrong.
So at the most on like what any game that they've created.
I guess it's just because there's like a lot of it is just like high. I guess it's a combination of the fact that a lot of it's kind of like these really detailed environments, and there's just been so many people just doing that, you know.
Yeah. Well, it sure looks good in game. They've done a fine job.
Yeah. Although, I guess after this, like, you know, not going to be that original doing derelict hallways.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they're gonna have to come up with some better ideas.
Yeah. How many like moss-covered hallways and buildings and cityscapes can be done before it's just like oversaturated?
Yeah, especially when, you know, they're done to like sort of the highest level you can imagine in terms of like idealized realism.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just gonna have to do something stylized. Oh no, what a shame. That's what I want. I want more stylized games.
That is a sinful word in the world of realism.
What? You stylized this leaf?
Stylized? No.
Excuse me? Stylized? No, I idealized it.
Oh.
Like, you can't fool us. That's not real. How does the shoulder work? Hey, Nick, what's up?
Hey, dude. How's it going?
Yeah, what's up, bruh?
Hey, brosif.
Bro Chacho. Oh god.
Just chilling with my bros, you know?
What have I done? I can't believe I said that. Oh no.
How's the arm work coming along?
What?
The arm work that you're doing?
Is that supposed to be a pun?
No, I'm just asking.
Oh, okay, I'm scared. The arms look like I want them to-ish, for now. I'm trying to do the chest and shoulders. They're considerably more difficult. Sup, dudes? My homies.
My homie.
Oh, I'm on a different map. Oops. Alright, that'll have to do for now, I think. Chest
That'll
bones.
do, donkey. That'll do.
That'll do. For now.
Renee.
For now.
Renee.
I guess he should have nipples, shouldn't he? Go on, let's
Possibly.
hear it. Yay or nay to nipples? Tell me, chat. What should I do? Only answers that are actually in the format of yay or nay will be considered.
It has to be yay or nay. Or no.
See, go for it, no, to skip on it.
That's not a yay.
It's not a yay or a nay. Yay! Alright, yay it is. Unless
2
4
yays.
nays come in quick succession, in which case they'd have taken the majority. What kind of nipples would he have? Little dark ones? Little dark pink things? Oh.
But they also reflect the whatever is coming out of the box.
Of course.
Oh, we got a yanay.
Nay. Nay.
Nyeh. Nyeh.
Nyeh.
Which kind of just sounds like nay when you pronounce it, so.
Ine. Ine.
Ine.
Oh, there we go, he has nips. Reflective unicorn. Oh my god. Guess that's because it's a rainbow. I suppose it is a little unicorn blood, right? And don't yawn, I'm feeling a bit sleepy. If you yawn, I may just pump out.
Dude, I'm on like 2 hours sleep.
What were you doing?
My Japanese flatmate, who's in the room next to me, wakes up roughly at around midnight, makes his breakfast, and then calls his friends, and just has a great old time.
You
know,
don't have such a good time.
full belly laughs, you know. I'm glad he's happy. And then around 4 or 5 a.m. he'll come out and make like some kind of noodle pot, some ramen probably.
So is he asleep at the moment?
I think he's probably awake by now, but he's asleep in the day, so I have really loud kind of meetings.
Yeah.
with my colleagues on the phone. And yeah, it's not a fun time because of the quarantine. Like, some people just aren't doing anything, so they've kind of gone back to their kind of time zone because they're just talking to their friends and such.
It makes sense, yeah, of course. Yeah, you end up connecting to people that you'd only like connect with online, but now you have to, and so it's
Yeah.
I think a lot more of that, like just speaking to people that are close, but you wouldn't normally have an obvious time to be able to call them.
Yeah, and I think he has a hard time because he can only speak like Japanese. He can't speak German or English.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's basically just in a bad situation.
What's he doing then? What's he? I mean,
He came for a language school,
okay.
like to just like immerse in German, but
That's not possible if you can't get close to the Germans.
to the you can't get
That sounds really odd. Just to the people you're trying to talk to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess there's still like stuff you can do on Skype if you just like force yourself to Skype people and like try and make a conversation.
Dude,
The problem is, like, Skype conversations can be so stilted because of the like a delay or something. But
exactly, and you know, with a language barrier, it just makes it so difficult. And you know, I came here with the full intention of learning German because when I was in China, just living there forced me to learn it. And I was hoping it would be the same. But I've just been so busy day and night that I just haven't had a chance to learn German, and everyone speaks English.
that's the thing. It's like when you don't then need it in your company as well. It's like, okay, well, you know, I was gonna
man.
try.
Okay.
How's it going?
Good. About to pass out.
Oh, really?
Hello.
I still have a student and two art challenges. One is for Demon Souls and the other one is for Art Station.
Oh,
Did you say,
what's the
did you say the
Souls?
Demon Souls challenge?
Yeah,
Oh,
because I did the last one.
Me too.
I went 8th place, actually.
Oh, awesome!
Oh.
I was in the runner-ups bit at the start, and
this one, dude.
Yeah, which one?
Malphia. It was like the fiery one, like the orange kind of bright scene, and I will send it in the Hangout chat.
Is this the Vatividya ones?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
I
know
love watching
exactly
them.
what your one is, dude. I remember your one, and it was very sick.
Mine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't have the time. Everything was in 2-3 weeks. It was.
That's enough, man. I mean, mine was very similar because I was working at the same time, and I actually I'm thankful. Like, is yours going in the book as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
For the Dark Souls one, and now maybe for the Demon Souls. Because
I think both are going in the same one. I think.
yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah.
Vati, I knew that with the art book long before. When I started the challenge, he basically told me that I won, and he said something with art books and so on. We pretty much talked about it, and I said, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's sick. But like, I'm glad he's given like a good amount of time to rework the images because I look back at my entry and I'm just
Really?
like, I'm disgusted with it. Do you know what I mean?
Really? So I can rework my Dark Souls one?
Yeah. He sent an email out to the people, to the winners. So
That's weird. He didn't told me anything about that.
you don't get an email.
it was an email for the people who was like,
It was just for the people
can
that
you
needed
rework this one,
work.
please? It's a
He was
little
like-
scuffed, you know.
Yeah, he certainly said.
No, the only thing what I'm sorry if I interrupt you, but
No, that's fine.
the only thing what he's said to me, like, can oh okay now he told me something. I didn't read that.
Okay, there we go.
Actually, let me.
I haven't
me
started
screen
on the
that.
Demon Souls one yet. Because I'm going to finish the Outstation challenge and then move on to the Demon Souls. I actually don't know any Demon Souls lore, so it's
So
gonna
I
be.
guess you got some homework
Yeah.
to do. Gonna have to play the
I-
game. What a shame.
I just read it out loud for you guys. If you receive this email, it's because you were one of the front runners in Dark Souls Unseen Lands competition. Once again, I want to let you know that I'm starting another art competition. This time requiring
Yes.
design based on the world beyond the 6,000. Blah blah for this one.
Yeah, I
And
got that
of
one.
course, landscape enemies, you name it. You know.
Sounds pretty sweet.
He didn't tell me anything. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah,
The
it actually
only-
came in after the video announcement. Like the email came in after the video already came out. So I guess he was just letting us know, kind of thing.
Yeah. And then before he said something Oh yeah. Congratulations, your art has been chosen for the place within the top 10. You saved thoughts. What? you saved my thoughts on it for the competition, but for now, do you have any higher quality image you'd like to share? I just want to check the case you compress any of these for Gmail. You're also welcome to make minor changes to the piece, provided you can update it in coming days or two. And it was far too late when I read that.
Ah, right. That's really fun. FZ, FZ.
But yeah, these are my two pieces, what I plan for Lightbox Art Station competition. So this is number one.
Oh, you're live. So, I mean, I'm currently streaming, so I'm not going to be paying attention, unfortunately. I'll post it in the chat.
Oh, no problem. It's gonna be a little bit difficult.
If you can.
Let's try it out, yeah.
Thank you very much, Fuzo. That's really kind.
No problem.
Sorry, just in case it wasn't clear. This is a hangout that people can join if they want to be live on stream. So maybe I should have made that clearer. I am streaming at the moment.
Completely fine with it. I actually wanted to stream too.
Cool. Yeah, in fact, maybe I'll just like add an extra line of information to the name of it or to the hangout thing, because it's kind of important to make sure that people don't think they're in like a private room when they join this.
Yes, yeah.
But generally, like basically, no one has joined randomly. It's only been people who are in the stream chat first, so it's just not been a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. By the way, do you guys know Ian McKay?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went on Zoom, and if you look on the top right of the picture,
You were
there are a
zooming in.
couple of. I'm sorry.
God damn. Wait, what's this? What's this meeting?
It's called. Wait a minute.
That's awesome. Philip Boot, I think, is one of the judges of this competition.
And also Carl Ortiz, I think.
Well, there's like 6 or 7 of them. I'm pretty sure Philip Boot is one of the judges.
Where the heck is it? Oh, here. Art Association is how it's been called.
Someone's asking what competition. So this is the ArtStation mystery box character design competition.
Oh, okay. So about your
yeah, that's what I'm doing this one for. And yeah, I'm pretty sure Philip Boot is one of the judges for it.
Do you have a link to your stream?
Yes, if you go in the Discord, if you go to the stream notification thing, it should say at the top.
It just stream
Nekia's.
notification? Oh, yeah.
Neku is giving you a link.
Yeah, it's like it's a pinned thing. Let's do some hair. I want to keep a lot of these swooshy bits.
Looks sick. I like his head. And these boots.
His hat's really long. It continues. It's more than it may seem.
After the 2 art challenges, ArtStation and Team Intuos, I gonna fully focus on my portfolio.
Yeah, makes sense.
I really want to have a job.
That's the thing, like the challenges are such a big commitment in terms of time that like they can be great portfolio pieces because they're really satisfied that like showing a project and your ability to like fully sort of work out the design of multiple characters or multiple images from a single world.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you know, if it's not what you're actually focusing on, then it's just going to consume all your time for a while.
I think they're worthwhile because, well, just for me personally, they give me motivation, and they give me a brief, and that's just so valuable because sometimes I'm sitting with my own thoughts, and I kind of I come up with so many ideas that I can't commit to one, and
Yeah,
I'll make sketches for like so many projects, and they'll just never get finished.
I think the most difficult thing is that you're like, I find I constantly weigh up sort of how worthwhile something is. It's like, maybe I should do this project on some cool mechs or something, and then I go, well, actually, are mechs really going to be something I want to draw again? Or like, are people even going to potentially want to hire me for mechs? Is that worth doing?
Mm-hmm.
And so that just question of should I actually bother or should I do something else? A lot of the time kills the like motivation or kills like the idea before you even start it. So
Yeah,
when you've
yeah,
got like this framework, it's like, well, you do this because it's something that everyone else is going to be doing, and you can
yeah.
join in and watch their process and see how other people have tackled the same brief. Like,
Yeah, it's so cool
there's
from that
reason enough.
perspective. I really love that part of it. Um, and like, for instance, with the Vati challenge that we were doing, you weren't allowed to show anything that you're working on at the time, and I didn't like that.
It's a shame, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, but people in the Discord were making a strong argument for the fact that you shouldn't reveal your cards, and I just completely disagree.
That's the thing. Like, so not
True.
revealing your cards means that like if one person has a cool idea or presentation way, then sure they may then uh, they'll have like that sort of advantage when it comes to like judging. However, they're not going to push beyond what they did initially because they're going to have no reason to like need to do something better. Meanwhile, like, if I post sort of what I've done in terms of the render, like other people might go, oh wow, he's painting these a lot more detailed than I was going to. And if they start doing the same, then it's just a great reason for me to be like, well, now I need to like go further than what I've
Yeah.
done already.
Yeah, I agree. Makes
I
the overall
absolutely agree.
revolt very
And ultimately the
result.
standard of all of the entries raises, which I think is only a good thing. It's just so much more interesting because of it. So very cool. I like these challenges a lot.
And not only that, I posted actually my stuff a week before, I wish I could make it way more better because he said in the video, this is his only best
Oh yeah.
high rendered piece, and I thought, okay.
Okay. Yeah. I'll do some more.
Yeah, but and what I actually like about the Demon Souls and the Dark Souls challenges is that he takes into account the ideas and the kind of storytelling elements and your relation to the lore, and I feel like
it's like the most concept arty challenge there is, isn't it? Because it's judged from like purely how it would affect the game. And I think that's why I like listening and looking at all the entries and stuff, because you get ideas which it doesn't matter sort of how they've been presented a lot of the time. It's really about the stuff that they've considered to make something which would be genuinely really fun or genuinely like.
And not only that, actually, it's 5 things: story, technique,
So you just break it down.
presentation. There's another thing.
Oh, yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah,
but it's good because
a bunch of things.
By weighting it like that, it's not just who did the best painting.
No, I mean, I think that's just definitely where I fell short. Like he said in the video, he said like really, it's like full of atmosphere. It's really lovely mood and stuff, but it just doesn't harp to a lot of Souls like things. It could, I guess, it could fit in like in a lot of different titles. And
actually, that's really interesting. It's something I'm learning a lot more at the moment because of like it's now that I'm working in a studio on a single game, like just doing stuff which fits into an art direction, a very specific art direction, is is really interesting. It's a very different skill to just coming up with stuff that looks nice on its own.
Yeah, I
And
wanted
it's
to
like
ask you about that.
it's always in. It has to be like
Yeah.
in the back of your mind, and you're constantly like comparing it to the stuff you've done, the stuff that other people have done. Yeah. What specifically were you going to ask?
Well, yeah, I mean, because I know you went from exactly as you said, from the situation of having very varied work. So I was kind of wondering like how you like it, like being in a studio where you just kind of concentrate on one world with one kind of art direction, like well not art direction but visual kind of codex.
Well, I think
You know,
art direction is, for me, it's the best way to put it because compared to sort of outsource style work, like you have far more direct contact with the art director. Sometimes you'd get that with a client in outsource, but a lot of the time it's kind of just a disembodied voice typing some feedback to you, or you don't really know and you don't get to chat it through. And they may say change this and this, but it's no sense as to why. Like it's not make this a certain color because it fits the backstory. It's just make this a certain color.
yeah,
So yeah, like now all of those sort of decisions of what should this be, and how does it bolster the story, or how does it, capture the place that this character was born, or something like that.
yeah.
It suddenly you have to think about it a whole lot more, and it's, yeah, I think it's far more engaging.
Yeah, for me, I have more peace of mind working on one thing. The only stuff I did before working like in a studio at Mercedes was like little bits of outsourcing kind of stuff. And so you're going through like two different lines of communication, and they were all American. So like the time was weird, and it was all just
that is another big
very
part of it, isn't it? Yeah, it's just being able to like have live feedback with people.
yeah. And I did some architectural visualization for like some scenes for a Mexican architectural company, and the money in architecture is fantastic.
Yeah, I'm aware
However,
of
however, the like communicating ideas, they wanted like someone from a concept art illustration background who can kind of like mix like a bit of that aesthetic into their presentation of this one specific building. So they gave me like the base of the OBJ, and I just kind of produced a ton of different like moods and kind of scenes which were kind of semi-realistic.
Yeah.
And not only was there the language barrier of like Mexican to English, but then they're trying to describe specific things in the mood that they want. And it was, let's just say it was like really difficult, because it's like sometimes they would use the wrong describing word, and then I would go off of that, and they would go, no, that's not, we meant this. And I was like, oh, okay. And it just added that extra layer of
you're doubting every action you're doing.
It became that. It started off really good, and then it did, like, there was opportunity for more work, and I just had to shut it down because it really stressed me out.
Yeah, I suppose that's just more of like a communication thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, totally. And also, like, I was in nighttime mode. I was completely a night owl because of the time difference as well.
Right. Yeah.
And
strange thing, I suppose,
to, like,
is I don't even know if this would have been the case, but like if you did another project with them, to what extent would you now have like an idea of the aesthetic they want, or literally would it have been a totally new, like a new building, a new vibe that they were going for? Because that's something where when you work on a single game, there's no real need to sort of like constantly question what a new brief is or something, because you have all of that knowledge stored. So like, the more I work on it, the larger my bank of like, I know this will fit, I know this won't fit becomes.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know, man, because now that you say that, it's just made me realize that I've only ever worked on single projects in terms of freelance stuff so far. I've only worked on one game. I only worked for the architectural company on like one building. And so like,
Because if they have like a huge project, like, you know, if it is a AAA or something that's going to take ages to make, and you're constantly doing freelance for it, then you're gonna start understanding what they want and like
Yeah.
being able to almost do bits of the art direction on your end. Like you can narrow down choices ahead of time and start giving only things which are like, yeah, only stuff which they'll go like, yeah, this is all great. Because you're finding like you pick up an understanding of what they want.
I think having a good art director is like so important. It's like so like just overwhelmingly important. Like some guy who not only has a great vision but can actually just communicate well.
That's
Because
the most
like
important thing, isn't it?
it's like so important, and like it's actually kind of shocking how that I mean I'm not per se in the world of AAA, so I think when you go into the big titles, then you do just have people that absolutely know what they're doing, and they've done it 100 times before, so
They know
I
what
would
works.
hope. Yeah,
That's the thing.
exactly.
I haven't had an experience so far with like bad art direction, which is very nice, of course. At the moment, I think the art direction is fantastic.
I think to some extent as well. It's like when you go on these mentorships, for instance, you kind of practice working under good art direction, and it's kind of shocking how quickly you can make a good image like really good.
Yeah.
You know, just with direction as the piece is coming along, and how when you're kind of at the early stages of putting together the foundations of an image, having a critical eye from like a really experienced person can just help you just build a really solid.
I think that is important actually, yeah, because like that's what you get when when you're doing stages of direction and stuff. It's different to when you have a portfolio piece and you get some feedback on it. Like, it's never going to get to the root of the problem because, of course,
Yep.
pretty much everything to make like a proper change that isn't just to do with color balance or or the render or something. It has to be essentially be made. It has to be built from the ground up with your new skill or knowledge in mind. So yeah, being able to just go through those stages with somebody, and in the case of studio work, it's just getting it in front of the art director's eyes whilst it's still just a sketch, because they'll understand what it's going to turn into when you actually get around to adding details and stuff.
I don't know about you. I mean, probably not. But I'm at the point right now where I don't know. I'm kind of not so much oversaturated, but I'm just very much used to the kind of flow of things now, and I've lost my kind of subjective kind of feeling over the stuff I'm doing. So I need to kind of, if for instance on this competition, I needed to post the sketches and get people's opinions, because I honestly couldn't even look at any of them and know which one would be better. And I don't know. I'm kind of like in this output mode right now where I'm just churning through stuff, and like it's so important, like at my day job, to just get my team leader over and like sit down and talk to him, because then I actually realize what I'm thinking as well.
So I think this actually came up just in a conversation I was having with some friends. Like, when you describe an idea to somebody, that's the thing that makes it like really solidify itself in your head. And a lot of the time it breaks open a bunch of flaws with it. Like, if it takes 10 minutes to describe, it's not a clear and simple idea. And either you find out a better way to describe it, in which case present it visually, or you simplify it. And I think, what was it? Programmers or coders or something? They like, someone brought up the idea that they have like a plushie that they'll describe things to. So like, essentially just imagine it's a person and you have to explain something to them. Yep. So it's just like an exercise to do if you're feeling a bit stuck. Get your little plushie out and just, so you're not talking to yourself, talk to the plushie and tell it why this character is the way it is. And just having to like verbalize your thoughts, trying to condense them to something which is easily understood. That's like enough. So obviously having an art director is like having a real human to respond is better, but without it, you can get a lot of the same effect just from saying it out loud. So get a little plushie, or get like just a cute item that you have in your room,
It's really interesting.
and try describing like your ideas to it. It's sort of like having to write things down, even though I think it's even better at like highlighting where there's a flaw in how simple or like understandable your thing is.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense though.
Just streaming and having to explain ideas to people in the stream has been great for me. Going, this is a cool idea, but it takes far too many words to explain, to cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk with your imaginary friend, exactly.
Yeah, talk with your imaginary friend. I think it's you know how like people say like they enjoy teaching because they kind of like realize things themselves in the process.
Yeah, that's how they learn.
It's like when you're actually demonstrating and talking through what you're doing, it kind of like solidifies something which is messy in your head. And like, for instance, like I like being on a call like with my friend, one of my mates from home, for instance, and they say, "What are you up to nowadays?" And I'll kind of show them a piece I'm working on, and like I'll live stream it, and because they're just like, for instance, not artists, they're like, so what are you thinking? And just being able to just talk it through actually like speeds up my process so much. Like I really should just start talking to myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. You know, within moderation.
Of course.
But yeah, I haven't actually tried it yet, but I really want to. I want to see how, like, if I do just start something from scratch again, because I've kind of already talked about these to the extent that it's not going to change. I'm not going to make any changes based on it anymore, I don't think. Because I've already gone through that exercise, and it's just been with people on stream, or with you. Or maybe this is the moment where everyone's like, yeah, talk to your imaginary friend, and then they're
TCK
like,
gets no more.
Well, TCK's been doing this for years. Like, he keeps pretending that there's someone on call with him, but we hear nobody. And I'm just like, oh my god. What's happened? I look over and I have a little spinning top that's still going, and I'm like, oh.
Oh no! What's your predictions of that, or do you like to leave it to nothing?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like the edgier take of, you know, like, oh, it was just about to wobble at the end. It's kind of fun. I'm not sure. I can't remember enough to know what I wanted the ending to be. It's a nice happy ending though, right? So I probably wanted it to be fine.
Yeah, man. I love the happy endings.
Weird enough, I do that actually all the time.
Oh, what, talking?
Yeah.
Ah. A wise man.
But
do you find it helps a lot?
No, absolutely. It really, really helped, but it took some time to train that.
Right, to get used to it.
I think it was 6 months. Yeah.
Ah, okay.
6 months.
Did you find that's
training?
Yeah. And do you find that's like, it was 6 months before it became like useful, or 6 months before it became like sort of routine and comfortable?
Routine and comfortable.
Okay, but it was like a useful thing to do from the beginning.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I absolutely don't regret it, because I even talk on the public areas, and some people came by and asked me, "Hey, are you okay?" Yeah, I'm
You're just like the crazy mumbling guy. That's it. Like,
there's a fine line, my friend. There's a fine line.
Don't go near kids.
Even once, one of my friends asked me if it's okay to talk to yourself, and yeah, it's completely fine. You think you don't have imaginary figurines, but basically talk to you.
That's so funny. I don't know. I'll have to train myself for quite a while before I feel comfortable.
Yeah,
doing it in
I
public.
could do it in studio. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, right.
Are you
I'm,
sure?
That'll be fun though.
I do best with my earphones in, like with a resting bitch face. That's
Yeah, exactly. You just look-
drinking a coffee because they don't really do good tea yet.
or
Actually, in the
throwing shit.
beginning, it's going to be really hard
Yeah.
to not be ashamed of, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And also not get distracted because, like, you know, as soon as someone looks over, you're just like, um, I wasn't doing anything. I promise. Also, I actually need to finish streaming.
Oh my
Someone
gosh!
asked, how long does it take to fully
dude.
render each character? I actually don't know. I've probably put about between 6 and 10 hours on the other ones. I'm not really sure. It's hard to say because all of my working on these has been so split up. But I mean, so far I've spent 2-3 hours painting this dude, I think. No, maybe 2.
But I'm preparing, I think, 60 pages full of concept, you know.
God damn.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah. So I need to leave. So thank you for joining me. It's been very nice
No
chatting
problem.
along. Bye, guys.
Yeah. See you guys later. Bye.
And
Bye.
I'm gonna raid somebody. Let's open up Twitch. Oh,
We're losing him? What do you want to do?
Algato is streaming. I forget if this is the person I think they are. It is the person I think they are. Yes, it is. Excellent. We are raiding them because they're excellent. AAGOT. There we go. Alright, thanks all for joining. Until next time, farewell.